Jr. from Austin got all it takes to carry this to the next generation.
We were brought here to this country against our will.
Music and rhythm and dance became ways that people could communicate.
The blues came from pain and despair.
This music goes back to Africa, which is where we all come from.
The whole progression of American music has stemmed from that initial feel of power.
The bluesiest parts of our music, I think, came from gospel.
Blues is to jazz as blood is to the body.
If jazz is done correctly, think about it, it's very hard not to tap your foot.
There was a period of time when the only place that black people could get together was the church.
When they left this church, they marched the 3 blocks over to Congo Square, where they began to dance. Nobody was getting beat up that day.
People who were free, people of color, were free when they often had slaves.
You could get new land for nothing. What was expensive were enslaved Africans, each one the cost of basically a Mercedes-Benz today.
Prior to the Civil War, there were actually black folks that had more rights than they did after the Civil War.
A new kind of song arose called the coon song. There was a big hit called All Coons Look Alike to Me, written by a black man.
When Robert Johnson left here, he paced around at the crossroads down there. And then the next time people saw him, which was a year later, he could play beautifully. Then they would say that he had sold his soul to the devil.
I'm considered as the king of the chitlin circuit because I have crossed over to a white market.
We came up playing with mixed bands back at the chitlin circuit. Maybe you see a body hanging from a tree.
If a mule died, buy another one.
Kill a nigger, hire another one. And that's the way I was brought up.
Blues is your comforter when you're down and your buddy when you're up.
Elvis Presley has always acknowledged that he grew up listening to black blues records.
You ain't nothing but a hound.
We jumped in my car and went back to my house and wrote Hound Dog in about 10 minutes.
You can kill the dreamer. You cannot kill the dream.
Voodoo Child is just Muddy Waters on steroids.
All the guys that were around before Hendrix came along had a huge influence on him.
The British made blues more popular than the black people was doing it in America.
Heavier, it's faster.
I've never been part of that whole thing that you gotta be black to play the blues.
I got nothing to lose, and I'm just gonna tell you like it is.
You can have the blues if your woman leave you, but you can also have the blues if they stay too long.
I think the blues will always have a place in this world because it's honest as well, and that's what connects with people.
We're the inventors of gospel and jazz and blues, bluegrass and country and hip-hop and rock and roll and our very own sound with all the sweet sorrow and reckless joy of freedom.
I'd rather go blind, I'd rather go blind than to see you walk away.
The dream is still alive.